Hi, this is Victoria Kendall, your American history and/or psychology teacher. I want to talk to you today about plagiarism and what it is and how to avoid it. Plagiarism, according to the Merriam-Webster's dictionary, is to steal or pass off the ideas or words of another as one's own, to use another's production without crediting the source. Copying and pasting is plagiarism. So if you go to a website and you copy and paste and put that in your work, that is plagiarism. And it is still plagiarism if you change a couple of words. So, why is this such a big deal? It's a big deal because it's dishonest. And in insight, honesty matters. We want to know you think, you know, you learn, not what other people do. So here is our integrity policy. Your work must be completely free of plagiarism. Plagiarism is copying another person's work without providing direct reference to the author, the original print material, or website. Simply put, you always have to give credit where credit is due. Be sure to ask your teacher if you have any questions regarding how to cite sources and how to avoid plagiarism. I have many tools that I can provide you to help you with this. There are consequences for plagiarism, and here at Insight, the first offense is that a K-mail will be sent from the teacher to the student. A grade of 0 will be entered. You will be required to complete a plagiarism worksheet. You will, in the first offense, have an opportunity to redo the assignment. For the second offense, you will receive a 0, and the director or your advisor will be notified. And for the third offense, you will receive a 0 for the assignment. You will not be able to redo it, and the director and the student's advisor will be notified. And just so you know, a third incident of plagiarism may result in you being dropped from the class or expelled from Insight Academy. Okay, so here's an example from a research paper about ancient Rome. It is exactly word for word, and all that had to be done to find it was to type in 3 of the words. So when do you have to give credit to someone else's work? When do you have to cite your source? You have to do it with words. So if you are using someone else's words, you either have to put it in your own words and cite it, or you have to put it in quotes and identify where you got it from. You have to cite ideas. And this one's really, really important. A lot of students think that if they go on the internet and they research and they find information on a certain topic, that they can just use that information. And that is not correct. You must cite ideas and thoughts that are not your own or are not common knowledge. So, for example, stating that George Washington was the first president is not something that you would have to cite because that's common knowledge. But if you stated something more specific about George Washington, for example, explaining his teeth and how part of them was made of wood, you would have to cite that because that is not common knowledge. So even if it's something you know, you still have to cite it if it is not common knowledge because ultimately someone else researched that and came up with that conclusion or idea. You also have to cite graphics. So if you borrow a picture, a graph, a table, a chart, a map, you need to tell me where it came from. For example, this picture of a strawberry came from this website. The author of this article was John Smith. So we go back here, and in parentheses, right after the information, you put Smith and end your sentence outside the parentheses. And at the end of your paper, you make a list of all of the different works that you use. So all the different websites or books. And that's called your works cited page. Okay, when you paraphrase, you have to put it in your own words, and there's actually a mistake on this slide. Let's see if you catch it. So here's what the original source said. Marco Polo commented on many Chinese customs, such as the mining and use of coal as fuel. Coal had not yet been used in Europe. Polo called coal black stones. Here's a student paraphrasing or putting it in their own words. After visiting China, Marco Polo brought many new ideas back to Europe. He told of the Chinese use of black stones for fuel. The Europeans had never thought to use coal for fuel before. Here's the mistake. There should actually be a parenthetical citation here. Parentheses, Smith, end parentheses, period. Because the idea is still coming from the original source. Are you going to get stuck in the plagiarism pigsty? I hope your answer is when pigs fly. Please submit this password to the basket titled Course Home Plagiarism Recording in the Dropbox. When you click on the basket, a window will come up. Just type the password into the window and send it, and you'll earn 5 points. If you have any questions about plagiarism whatsoever, please contact me either by K-mail or on Google Talk, or come in and talk to me during office hours, period. I want to help you learn how not to plagiarize, because at Insight you get 3 warnings, but I have to tell you that I have heard of college students literally kicked out of the college for one instance of plagiarism. And sadly, I've even heard of it happening to juniors and seniors in college. So this is very serious, and I just want to help you to make sure that you understand how to avoid it. Remember to send me that password so you can get your credit. Thanks!